Good morning. It is my pleasure to open this all-important event in honor of the many phenomenal women of Africa. And I'm especially pleased to see so many familiar faces, my current and former colleagues who have contributed immensely to the development of their respective communities and to the continent at large in their personal and/or professional capacities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have in our midst the patron and brains behind this initiative, who is none other than Madame Graça Machel, a phenomenal woman in her own right. I'm also delighted to note the presence of some of our long-term friends and partners without whom the work of the Trust would have been difficult. Fellow brothers and sisters, the timing of this conference have been more appropriate due to the many socio-economic and geopolitical challenges, which include but not limited to the persistent poverty and inequality whose face unfortunately still remains that of a woman. Secondly, even though women make up more than half of the continental population, they still remain exponentially excluded from access to productive economic resources and ownership of sustainable businesses. Women are still systematically excluded from strategic networking platforms and decision-making structures due to their other gender responsibilities, which includes, amongst others, taking care of their families. The coronavirus pandemic has exposed the level of inequality between men and women and has raised an urgent need for the empowerment of women. But in spite of all these challenges, women continue to display resilience, agility, and adaptability. As we deliberate amongst ourselves for the next 2 days, I hope we will also talk about how we can take advantage of opportunities presented by the so-called COVID-19 apartheid, wherein rich nations are still hogging vaccine. Can't we club together to manufacture affordable vaccine for the current and future pandemics? It's just a thought. The food shortage crisis is yet another opportunity. By the way, Africa is host to about 60% of the world uncultivated arable land, and yet we still spend close to an estimated 40 billion USD importing food. As women, we have the ability and capability to collaborate amongst ourselves and access resources through our institutions like the African Development Bank to turn our continent into a food basket for the world. The Africa Free Trade Continental Agreement has created yet another opportunity for us to produce commodities and export across the continent into global markets. With these few words, I wish to congratulate all of you and wish you well in your deliberations. And on behalf of the Graça Machel Trust, I declare the conference open. Thank you.